Hi, Warriors traders. It's 11:03, time for Mike and me. Mike, definitely getting pretty good follow through in S&Ps. We haven't quite made a new high. We did take out 4,600. What was the high here? And tomorrow's a big day, 4,601. Maybe they'll go for it. I just want to point out a couple things.
Sure.
Okay, this is an outsized move in the U.S. dollar yen.
No question.
Okay, and throughout risk on, the yen was pretty much going up. That meant, rates were climbing in the market because things were strong. Now, what's happening with the BOJ, this is why it's a problem because a lot of trades are based on carry trades,
Sure.
and they borrow the currency that has the lowest rates to go out and buy whatever instruments they're involved in. And as this chart declines, and this is starting to look like a waterfall and some type of, out of control, biggest range on the whole daily chart that you could
Wow.
see looking back
True.
for a while. So what this does is make the carry trade more expensive to finance as the yen appreciates. The yen appreciating is usually like reasons for safe haven. That may not be the reason. It may just be the big adjustment that people see coming in rates in Japan. So I wanted to point that out. Market's ignoring it right now. The only new thing I did was I'm taking a shot at this formation in Apple. It's a pretty classic three drive. We'll see if it works
Sure.
or I get blown away. Um, Here we are. We're still diverging up here. This is drive one, drive two, drive three.
Sure.
And then what I've been telling people to, I forecasted this pullback in the dollar and then said 104.20 is a problem to complete it. And now I think the dollar is going to make new lows. I said buy euro at 107.50. The low was 107.55.
Yes.
It's rallying. And I said that to buy Aussie at 65.25. The low today was 65,
That's nice.
25 and a half.
That's gonna. I'd buy that on a dip. I'd buy that on a shallow dip. And
Yeah,
add that on a shallow dip. The
yeah,
shallowest dip I get.
yeah. So I
Nice.
I, I think that's a
I like
nice
that.
turn, and it's not the first wave. I mean, we've already had the first wave up in Aussie from down here, and now I think we're going to make a move. There's a weekly moving average up here
Make it
around
move.
69. So I like the commodity currencies. I think Aussie's going to 70. All right. I'm not impressed with as much as the yen is down, that gold after its big slam is only up $4. Now I think it could rally for, a wave two, but I'm becoming convinced that this week that we had, this key reversal day that we had, that you can be patient with buying both gold and silver.
Uh-huh.
You might
Oh,
get failing rallies here, but look, silver's about to negate this breakout. But I could
I
actually
don't care for
see
the trade
gold.
either.
Yeah, I could see gold breaking down back down towards 19, take out this low 1910. So, and I thought about the miners. There were really only a few that really performed. And when you look at things like I got out of BTG yesterday, it was only three waves. And that's with gold making a record wave. So I think into January, this will get
You have to.
cheaper.
You have to think that way. Out of everything that we learned,
Yeah.
net
Uh,
over time, that's going to work.
yeah.
You have
So
to. Good feel.
GDX as well is testing the breakout at 30. I want to see what it looks like down here at 29 or so. Here's a silver stock that is actually making a new low. And I traded this last year. I don't know what its problem is,
I
but
probably traded it too.
it's Endeavor.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
okay.
You love that stock, coach.
All right. Well, it's making new lows for the move while, Fortuna is acting great. But because of what I think could happen to gold and silver, I think I can afford to be patient to wait for a fib retracement of this 100 buck and a half move, which was, more than 50%. and that I'm going to have sometime in late this month, sometime next month, be able to buy it back near the breakout at 320.
Okay.
So, and also, what's strange is with the yen collapsing, normally you'd see yields fall with them, and the yields have fallen quite a bit, and maybe we're getting close to where they may stop. But the way things should be performing with this move in the yen, they're not. I mean, yields aren't lower. Gold should be up $40 on a
I
move
agree
like
with
this
that.
in the end.
True.
And anyway, uh, wake up, everybody. This is the end of the carry trade for a while. So I don't know what currency they're going to use as a funding currency after the yen because it has the lowest rates of any developed nation. Maybe China. Also heard Moody's downgraded 8 Chinese banks yesterday, and I looked at the FXI. Maybe it's a bottom. It still looks ugly. And then I looked at things like copper stocks that don't look great, and deer doesn't look, and
I
cat
agree.
doesn't look great. So anyway, I want to know what the pockets of strength are because you always find them.
Right.
And are there any option sweeps that are setting up hedges for tomorrow's NFP, buddy?
You want to transfer the screen and then we'll do it. But by the way, Coach, I
I
mean that
just
was
did it. Huh?
that was you know what that was? That was smooth and a clean plan. I wish I could articulate my entries and my plans as well as you. To be honest, that was really. I mean, I think I get my point across, but that was graceful, if you will.
Oh, oh,
Okay,
thank you.
here's my screen.
Yeah,
They're still these indices here are relevant. They're
yeah.
taking up some of the laggards. Walgreens news, CVS was dead
Still
until
going.
they're still playing with these
Kind of.
beach ball stocks underwater.
And aren't these
Some
defensive?
stocks are still beach balled, and they let it go, and then they're going. How about this?
And
Hood,
aren't these two
Robin Hood.
names defensive?
No, it's the. I don't know if it's defensive. It's usually the last leg
CVS?
of some sort of big move. But as you said to your Apple coach, this thing's dangerously close to 200. I just thought that if it's like if a stock is at $19, it usually hits 20.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's just
Okay.
this could also it's just like for me, Apple's almost like the Jim Cramer, own it, don't trade it. I'm not a good Apple trader. By the way, I don't even think I trade Apple the past 6 months. But you know what
Okay.
I mean? They're still taking things up. They're a good active trading stocks that set up well technically. A SpringWorks Therapeutics, for example, a biotech. Huge
Okay.
volume, range, price action, pulled back on low volume, bull flagged, and it went again. BMEA. Another one that does this. Stocks like this are just springboarding from 12 to 22. And by the way, they have volume. They're trading 4 or 5 million a day.
Is this a
AMD,
biotech too?
yeah,
BMEA?
AMD looked like yesterday was over. See the volume
It
on
did. It
AMD?
sure did. I mean,
That was
that,
over. AMD was 90. There was whatever. That was all close to being on the precipice.
yeah,
Now it had news. It's completely breaking out.
it
Everybody's the other
reversed it.
way.
I mean, I looked at that action yesterday. I said, oh man, they failed on great news that they have, a semi that can compete with NVIDIA, and they gave it all back. And then it just opens strong and goes.
But it's emblematic of how the market is taking news. Coach, this AI was the hottest. This had news. It's down. It's down $3 and change. It shrugged everything off that's involved with AI. Everything off. Rivian even looks sexy on a chart. Had a huge day with volume.
Yeah.
Got upgraded for a pullback. Maybe it's on the springboard now. Tesla. They tried to break Tesla just like they tried to break AMD a couple of times. It's just it's there. A couple of the airlines got upgraded. Now they went even further up. Stocks like Gap stores that rest one day and everybody thinks it's going to turn. It doesn't.
Wow.
Still taking action. Macy's taking call action still. So, Coach, Morgan Stanley taking call action still. Citicorp as well.
Yeah, the
Citicorp.
financials look great.
So, I mean, there's always something to do. The oils are acting correctly, being down. You know what I mean? So Walmart's down, Target's up. I get it. The snowflake's still acting well. Probably flagging here again for another move up after good earnings and a huge run up. Marvell I see right here is taking calls. Well, I don't know what, JetBlue announced today that, they guided higher. JetBlue, the worst of the worst, just to tell you, small airline. I wouldn't think about shorting it. I know it's a dog. It was $3, a couple of
Yeah.
months ago, but now it's 5 and headed higher.
Yeah.
I don't know. General Motors, same thing. We talked about it. When it was this big green day here, was that a product of fundamentals, a short squeeze? I don't think so. And it wasn't. That kept
Well,
going.
that gap must have been earnings or something, right?
Well, it was earnings.
Okay.
Okay, so a CRDW, some of the NASDAQ stocks are taking somewhat of a rest. Okay, that's fine.
How about Cameco? It looked like it was, I mean, it's been diverging for weeks.
ALT, I'm short this thing. Giddy up.
How do people keep up with all your trades?
But I'm short it. Look, I just short it right when it came on the air.
All right.
How do I keep up with my trades, coach?
Yeah, I
First of
mean,
all,
when you were getting short, did you put that out in the room? The short right here?
I don't know. Did I? I
Okay.
think I'm trading it.
Okay.
There was a double top here. I was on the video.
Yeah.
Coach,
Okay.
I'm not an octopus. You know what I mean? It was that shorted like at 10:59 right
Yeah.
before.
All right. Nice.
So, I couldn't do both. So anyway, here's
Okay.
the ALT move. It came out with the calls that Nina was top. I don't think I'm trading. But coach, I'm not throwing darts. I have special queries here. It's not like I have a board that's the size of a movie screen and I'm looking like this. I have, stocks with over 150% of its relative volume above yesterday's high. I'm in. Let's see one of these. Is a Campbell Soup. I don't know why my chart is doing this. Campbell Soup. I don't know why it. Yesterday had a big day.
Yeah, when you consider these like staples, kind of a safety trade.
I don't care. Yes.
Well, I know you don't care.
Economically, yes. But
Okay.
if I'm trying to overthink the market, then I'm wrong.
Okay. I'm just saying that if you do believe in rotation, what they're rotating in to me is significant. You don't do the kind of work I do, but
No,
to
I don't.
me, I need to know, what the leadership is. And I don't think it's that constructive to have leadership in things like CVS and Campbell Soup, because there's something that people have to
But I understand
they
that.
have
But
to
Campbell
eat
Soup.
and they have to get their their pharmaceuticals.
But I understand that Campbell Soup was up yesterday and AMD was down like that. The
Yeah,
rotation was prevalent yesterday. It didn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
I'm just saying that for me, the market has no memory at this point. I'm just trying to trade, AFRM.
Every day is a fresh day for you.
Well, coach, it's working right now. I wish if the VIX was at 20, forget about it. I'd be living next to Tim. But still, AFRM, stock in 3 days has gone from 33 to 42. I don't know which way it's going, up or down, whatever. I'm playing pivots.
Okay.
CCJ, how about this one? I'm short a ton of this thing on your recommendation.
Yeah,
UEC,
it's
it's down.
breaking down, isn't it?
UEC. Here, I'm
Cameco.
short 42,000 UEC from
Okay.
650. It was lower this morning.
Wow, look how long it's been diverging. Okay.
Okay, so so now it's on the 10-day, as you could see.
Yeah.
CCJ, the best of breed. Kind of is it.
That looks worse.
Well,
That
it
looks
does, but I went
worse.
for the baby. I went for the baby. I mean,
Yeah.
42,000 is nothing to take shake a stick at, but this I think if it breaks the channel, I have a chance at 5. 42. I'm not
Why
looking
can't
at
it pull back $2? I mean, it's rallied 440. Why
and by
can't
the way,
it pull back
this
two?
was my confirmation. It also broke the weekly
Yeah,
double
they
top.
got all the buy stops
That's
and
correct.
everything. Yeah,
So
got
I don't
it.
know. I think
I'm a
I got a
stop
good
hunter.
shot. So I'm playing
Yeah.
rotation. I'm short and long.
Okay.
I'm short a lot of square. Short 8,000 square from 67. You know what? Yesterday here, I shorted
You're
more
an
this
animal.
morning. What's that?
You're an animal. You're a machine.
No, coach. The markets it's liquid.
Yeah.
It's like the old days. You could buy 20,000 at the market, and it doesn't even move a stock at this point.
How
I
many
mean, that's
different positions do you have on right now?
how many different
Approx.
how many different positions?
Yeah, all
11.
the different stocks you're in. How
11.
many?
I'll show you. Hold on. I have 11, I believe.
11? Okay. I guess, most people could handle that. 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no problem with it. QS
Yeah.
is this is my stock QS. I was down a half a million in this thing. If you remember, I have
Yeah.
188,000 shares.
I
It
remember I
went from
called you that weekend.
585 to 694, came up
Yeah.
with volume.
Yeah.
Now I like it even. You know what? Every time it does this, coach, it creeps up 200 day. I'm not
Yeah.
putting, you know what? And then it's springboard. So that's
I
the one
hope
that
it
hurt. The
goes
only
for
thing
you.
that's hurting is a couple of low floaters. I'm long OCEA, which is a can't. I'm doing seven. I'm down 100 in that. And you know what? The other day it popped. I tried to get out of it. It was $2. I could have made money, and whatever I did, I held it. Uh, whatever. Only what hurts me, Nvidia, is anything that's under $3. It always does. So that's the one that's my little low floater that I'm holding to pop. Uh, and that's it.
I don't think NVIDIA acts great. I think that the tone has changed. The rallies aren't that big anymore compared to look how AMD came back, but look at the bounce in NVIDIA. Not that great.
I know one of the two services I pay for. It's the Jesus feed and another feed, Dano. The guy, he's bearish. Nevada is the one that he's saying is a real issue right now. And I
Okay.
don't care. The moving averages are moving averages.
Yeah.
But AMD and even look at Intel. I didn't even think Intel came back like that, Coach.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And Nevada, no, and maybe it's being held back by this AI. I'm not sure, but it's not acting well. As a matter of fact, I don't find any base in that there. That for me
No.
is almost it's a no play to me.
It looks like it could go that green moving average. And we were just there at the beginning of November, so it's shaken out. The lows in late October took all the stops of the longs, and the rally we just had cleaned out the shorts over 480.
I agree.
And
I
now
agree. And now one's no.
everyone's out.
I agree. They're not going to want to short lower.
Yeah.
JP Morgan, okay, needs a little rest. You thought it was
Yeah.
a little rest, but you never know. It could just break out. It could flip
Good.
tomorrow and take out a new high,
Yeah.
or you know what? I get it. Yet the volume it's active. Short term, it's relatively weak. Long term, medium term,
Yeah.
it's in the danger zone. It's in the penalty box. Long term, it looks great, but I don't know. It depends on when you play. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
That's it,
Mike.
coach.
So, what do you want to? What are your thoughts going into tomorrow for the NFP?
I'm not. I'm not gonna. I don't care. If the
Okay,
stock
that's
is
what I
having
thought.
range, volume, and good price action,
Yeah.
I have to be aware of the rotation because what can happen here in this type of market, if you're on the wrong side of the rotation, and you're not going to know until tomorrow, until after the number. So it could be a binary move. Well, it is a binary move to a degree, unless you have a mark that if you're wrong, if you're wrong on that rotation, it's going to cascade times two. You're going into it down, and then you're going to be wrong, and it's going to get even worse.
Okay, so
And
with the dollar forecasted to take out the low we did a few weeks ago, before this bounce, the 104.20, that the dollar making a new low should be risk on. A weak dollar. I'm looking for a weak dollar for a while now, for a few weeks or so. So if the market can't make hay out of the weak dollar, you see the dollar down and the market down.
yeah,
That's the kind of day I'd really, have my radar up. It
no, I
could
agree.
because that should be a tailwind. This move coming in the dollar. Okay.
No, the tailwind coming to no. That's why we do the video,
Well,
and that's why I
that's why
go and watch them again. Not
yeah.
only to try to get better, but yeah. Listen, anything that you do here, you know what I mean. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing in size, and don't. You have to have a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I,
Contingency.
I don't know what else to say.
What's that? 1 minute LCA. All right, Mike.
This
Well,
UEC
I'm
just
looking.
ripped on me. Look
I'm
at this
thinking
freaking.
that I'm not sure. I think tomorrow's going to be a big day. How's that for a forecast
That's
with the
fine.
NFP? So
That's
we'll
fine.
see
I'll
what
trust.
happens. But I think you could be patient about. Yeah, the gold stocks could bounce. I don't know if they're going to be able to take out the highs they made last week, but I think they're going to get relatively cheap again over the next several weeks.
Yeah, I Newmont. I mean, I don't know what you know what I really haven't been watching. I don't know what this says.
Yeah.
I don't know. The sweeps have dried up completely.
Well, if it gets back under 37 and a half, there's a problem.
Oh, that's
That's only a day away, 2 days away.
yeah.
And if it gets, I think what you can do is like, recommit over 42 and a half. Otherwise, wait. Buy
Uh,
the breakout of the 200-day moving average or wait.
the
And
only
that's
one I have.
AU. Yeah,
Yeah,
that doesn't look great to me.
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Matter of
That
fact,
looks like we
I
could
don't
we could
trust that.
take out 1440 on this. I don't like it.
No, I will. That is not that support on AU almost feels like the support on the video.
Yeah.
I don't trust either of them.
Okay.
But you know what I mean with those moving average. But the only one that I'm in still is GDXJ. All right, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I told
Yeah.
you yesterday I sold GOLD, and
Yeah.
that basically that's an entity. In GDX, I like that's in general that's a
Right.
basket. So the only
Right.
one I have left is basically GDX.
Well, nice trading. You wrote them, partner.
The AGQ,
So,
AGQ was the first one that started it off. Look at this one.
yeah.
Oh my lord. That's coach, that's why I don't, you know what I mean? I turn around and that happens.
Yeah.
You have a
It's
nice
hard.
profit, and 3 days later it's over.
You only have 2 days, 2 eyes, 2 days. All right, buddy. Great collaborating with you this morning.
Great segue, coach. I appreciate that. You got me fired up by being on top of my game. Thank you.
All right. So, everyone, Mike and I signing off. Good hunting today and the NFP. Don't carry huge positions into it, or don't do what I say, not what I do. I put some Apple shorts on today, the day before an NFP. So do what I say, not what I do. And I hope that we're giving you an edge and adding value to what you're trying to accomplish. It isn't easy. And Mike and I will see you in the room.
And if we're not doing, let us know questions, comments, and suggestions. Complaints even welcome. All right, we got thick skin. We've been in the business. I wouldn't get personal, but we only want to do it because we want to bring you a better product and not waste anybody's time, and bring what TGH is known for is crude break slow, quality over quantity. So thanks again, coach.
And if you like what we're doing, hit the like button. You could send your questions and comments under the videos. I check them all the time. So that's it, Mike. Have a great one, man.
Thank you too, coach. Cheers.
Adios, everyone.